seems like a unique offense, maybe one you don't see every week coming up here with Central Michigan. What are some of the unique challenges about it?
Yeah, I mean, it's football. Love what they present. I think their head coach coming in and their offensive coordinator have brought a tough brand of an offense, which is cool to see. You see 3 quarterbacks in there running the football. You see, up to 4 tight ends on the field at the same time. And they want to be physical, and they are physical. They showed that against San Jose State in the first week. Like you said, it's unique. You're seeing mostly 11 personnel this day and age, maybe a little 12. And like I said, they're going 13 and 14. Where normally you might see a wide receiver hitting in the backfield, you're seeing number 52, a backup guard in the backfield. So they definitely present some different challenges schematically, and they want to come downhill. And so I told our guys, I mean, when they run the power play, right, a double team, guard pulls, kick out, right, they want to run right down the railroad tracks with that tailback. Okay, and it's almost like you picture the front of the train and they got that cow catcher on it. They're not going to kick out. They're coming downhill and hitting shit off the way. Sorry for my language. They're coming downhill at you. And so it's a tremendous toughness challenge. I respect their brand of football, and I'm looking forward to playing them.
How did your group handle your first game action without Jeremiah or JP's?
Yeah, it's always next man up every year, no matter, things happen, we got to be ready to go. And so I thought the group continued to prepare last week, and it was a fun game day last Saturday. There's always things to clean up after game one, but I was proud of the way they came out and competed, and so excited to build off week one. Every guy's a little different, collectively. I would say it was a little bit different for each guy. So just things we're going to constantly continue to work on, try to be our best.
Where have you seen Cam really grow here over the camp and maybe even into week one?
Yeah, I think it started in spring ball. I think Cam had a great spring, got seasoned at multiple positions where he had to dive in and really learn not just what one position is, but learn big picture. What are we doing with all 11? So he understands which piece when he bounces around and star and money. And so I think having that in spring, coming into fall camp, I thought he was more dialed in and confident, playing faster, which allowed him to be physical. And so really excited about where Cam Lindsey is right now. I mean, he's playing good football with confidence. And it was good to see him make some plays there on Saturday.
On the sack he had, I'm watching the quarterback and it's like out of nowhere, here comes 24 running. Is that just what he can do? Does he have that kind of closing speed and explosiveness?
Yeah. I mean, you freeze frame it, and I think it's an angle tackle on the far hash, and he's got to go inside out with 33 yards of field to go, and does a great job pinning the hip and wrapping him up, and not getting a personal foul, but going for the football. So I mean, those are good finishing thoughts, great angles. That's a good football play. So excited about that, and like you said, it was a little unorthodox how it happened with the quarterback scrambling around, but he executed, so it was good to see.
You guys will use Nick Lappy a lot more this year. How would you just evaluate his performance from Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, Nick Lappy's been in the mix for a long time. I'm backing up Servassier Dennis, several years ago as a Mike linebacker when, Brandon George was down. So he's been seasoned. He's been in the mix. We trust Nick Lappy. Over the last 3 seasons, I think he's led us in special teams reps in the 4 kick units. So he's played a lot of football here as a Pitt Panther, and he continues to be trustworthy and a guy we can lean on. And so he's in there. He can run the mic. He can run the money. He can line up a star if we needed. He knows it. And so love having Nick there available because he's consistent and he knows what to do when he plays his tail off.
I would assume Nick's grown a lot from the guy you first met, right?
Absolutely. I think he's always been a quieter guy, and he wants to understand big picture everything, and I think he does now. And like I said, just like with Cameron Lindsey, right, that gives you confidence when you know what to do, you've practiced it, you've had successful patterns in the past of execution. It gives you confidence on game day.
Brayen, does it fire up the room when a guy gets his opportunity after playing teams, doing whatever it's taken, and now he's getting some opportunities on the field?
Absolutely. I think, especially the very end of the game, we got, Manny Taylor out there, and the guys are fired up to see a young guy go out there and do it. And you can see maybe the little bit of nervous eyes. The guy goes on the football field for the first time, and the veteran guys who've all been in those shoes, several years before, they get excited for that for sure. And so I think those guys getting experience was great for them. we'll build off of it, good or bad, and we'll move forward, take that experience as a learning element, and make sure we can grow.
How has Brayen Love evolved just in all facets of his game, just being a guy that now has a couple years under his belt in the program?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great question. I mean, he came in very athletic, right? I coined him a Swiss Army knife because he could do it all mentally, physically. He's grown into the Mike. A couple springs ago, he did Mike and then went back to outside last season. Did Mike again all this last spring, is now in there at Mike. So he's seasoned in there. He does a great job getting us lined up, communicating with the guys, leadership. All that stuff's grown tremendously. He's always had the athletic tools. And then I would say the coat of armor and physicality is coming along as well. So you're seeing him strike some blockers differently, tackle and knock people back a little better. So I think it's all coming together, everything, mentally, leadership-wise, and physicality.
How would you assess his first start at Mike on Saturday?
Yeah, I thought we got us lined up. We were playing the defense. You didn't see a bunch of guys not on the same page, and that's a tribute to him being the quarterback of the defense, making sure everybody's lined up and go. Like I said, there's always things to clean up, footwork, eye control in different scenarios. A couple plays in space, he took some shots. You'd like to see him end up on those, but if he takes, we tell everybody, you take a full speed shot, and that ball carrier has to make a drastic change of direction, and the next guy tackles him for a 0-yard gain. We like that aggressive style, and so. But he's also challenged to make that too. So that's where we're at.
Kyle seems really self-motivated. Is it ever a challenge to, one up that drive, kind of keep the pressure on him? He works so hard and has that drive.
I don't find it hard to challenge Kyle because he wants to be the best in the world. You know what I mean? It's every play. He's looking for every little thing, every little edge to make a great play. Disappointed when he's wrong. Disappointed when he doesn't make it exactly how he wants to. But pretty damn cool to see those back-to-back sacks and see, him time up that blitz and go make that play deep in the backfield, knowing that they're a deep spin-out team. He anticipated it, made it. And then the next one, every tackle on a quarterback's an open field tackle, so they're not easy, right? They see you coming, they're going to move. You got to keep your hips down, which he does a great job. I think he changes direction better than any linebacker in the country, and he's able to boom, boom, get him on the ground. And so he stays motivated. I promise you he won't be satisfied at any point this year, and he's going to keep working, and he's ready to go to Saturday.
How have you seen the high expectations, preseason accolades affect your group?
That's a great question. I think, certainly you can't ignore it, and so it's something that we try to own. We want to be the best in the country as a linebacker position group, and so that's a challenge every day that they have to live up to. You know what I mean? And if you have a day off or a bad series or bad plays, you're letting each other down, the brotherhood within the group. And so I think they do a good job of iron sharpens iron, getting on each other, making sure everybody's bringing their best foot forward, every rep on the practice field and certainly on game day.
Kyle's one of the first non-senior captains in a minute here at Pitt. Were you surprised by that at all, or especially with how quiet of a guy he can be?
No, I don't think Kyle's quiet. I think he has a very gregarious, competitive, awesome personality that draws guys to him. And I think people see how hard he works, right? Last year he led, didn't talk too much. He led by example, working his tail off and seeing the fruits of his labor. Now it was time for him to step up and be more vocal because eyes are on you once you become a playmaker. And so not surprised at all. He's worked hard at doing the right things and saying the right things, keeping a consistent message. And again, his preparation, his routine has stayed the same. He's in there early watching film, making sure he knows what he's doing, and he's dialed in every day.
You talked about next guy up with injuries, and when you look at the depth chart in the middle, you have Nick Lappy or Ibrahim being a walk-on. What did he do to put himself in that position, and what does he bring to this unit?
Yeah, Abe has done a great job over the couple years, is gaining knowledge. He's a guy who could play all three positions in his past here, has stepped up in a special teams capacity, and then he really had a really great spring. Made plays where in the past he wasn't making them. And so putting it all together mentally and physically, he's a guy who stepped up, and mentally he's always been there. So excited about what Abe's bringing to the table, excited for his season.
When guys get here, freshman or whatever, it seems like they try to learn basically every position. At what point do you start to say, hey, we want you to specialize in this one spot or the other? Is it just age?
I'd say it's a little different. Usually give them one primary position and a second to learn. And then as they learn two, sometimes get the third. So, for instance, if you come in, you're a star, you're going to learn money. If you come into money, are you more of a star or Mike type guy? And the Mikes are also going to learn money, if that makes sense. And then certain body types like Brayen, Servassier, right? They could fit each position type, and they have to have the intelligence, obviously, to play all three. And as you know, the Mike is the quarterback of our defense, so they have to have the ability to lead and have that knowledge.
She missed missed the spring. How do you think he practiced in the summer, and how would you assess it, next season?
Yeah, that's a great question. I thought spring had the maturity to be locked in and dialed in and continue to grow, which was really cool. And when we hit summer camp, he didn't miss a stride, which was cool to see. And so he's been working his tail off. He wants to be the best in the world, like I said. So he's putting right there with Kyle, making sure he's out competing them every day, going for takeaways of the day or player of the day, whatever it may be, competing his tail off with Kyle. So that's fun to watch. And I thought in the first game, I thought he played hard and aggressive. When you see him off the edge in some of the pass rush situations, he's disruptive. He's got an uncanny ability to be slippery and get around blocks. So I'm excited about his first game. He was productive, and it was good to see.
The question about learning different positions, where's Cam in that process right now?
Cam's at Star and Money. Maybe a couple years down the road, we'll throw Mike in the bucket. Yeah, he's at Star and Money right now.
Do you feel comfortable with him? Because obviously, like we said, your depth took a big hit. Do you feel comfortable putting him at
Yes, I do. Yeah, Star and Money, yeah.
Kenny, can you talk us through that, the touchdown catch? Eli scrambles a little bit. You got open for him on the goal line?
Actually, we've seen that play a couple times, just like doing scramble drill, like during the spring, summer, like just really working on that. Coach Dudes put a big emphasis on that, like scrambling after the ball, like once the play breaks down and just finding space. Me and Eli just got a great connection, and he found me. I don't know how he did, but he found me.
Is that the key? I mean, he's a quarterback who likes to scramble. Do you have to just rep it over and over so you kind of know what he's thinking, he knows what you're thinking?
Yeah, it's just kind of one of those things. It's like go find space and find the space that Eli likes. I know certain throws are more comfortable for Eli. I know certain spots are more comfortable in general for ball path and stuff like that. So it's just finding those dead spaces, finding those dead areas, and making sure that, just run away from people and just find those spots.
And I know there's been an emphasis on receivers making plays this year. How do you feel you guys did in week 1?
A great job. I think everybody across the board made plays, from the older guys to the younger guys. I think everybody made a play. It's a little difficult, trying to get everybody involved, but I think OC did a great job. I think everybody played their role really well, and we did what we did with our passes that we got, and we controlled what we could control.
How do you guys handle it in the room when everybody can't get involved? Like, how does that dynamic work?
We're a very unselfish group. I think as receivers, you have to have this ego to you. You have to have that confidence. Everybody individually in our room knows that we can go win every single play, but we understand that every week's not our week. 1 week might be Blue, 1 week might be Pop, 1 week might be me, might be Dez. It really just depends on everything and how they cover us and what they do.
You're viewed as the top target, number one guy. Sort of in that room, you had the most targets on Saturday, and there was a couple catches you had that were tough. I mean, a low catch, one in traffic. I mean, what is your mindset when you see the ball coming, knowing that you need to make that play?
Just being there for my team. Just being a leader for my team and getting it kicked off and started for the team. Those explosive plays, especially when the ball's in the air, there's not a lot of passing opportunities in a game. There's probably 80, 60, 70 plays in a game, and probably go throw the ball, 20 times, maybe 30 if you're lucky. So just maximizing those opportunities, and whenever the ball's in the air, gotta have it.
Kenny, special teams also had a really good day on Saturday. You were a big part of that. Des was a big part about it. What do you like about the special teams groups that allows you guys to do stuff like you did on Saturday?
I think it starts at practice. It starts with those look guys, the guys that everybody doesn't see. We got great looks all week. Everything that we practice, those guys, they watch film and they repeated what they did. So we were getting those looks all week. So when we got into the game and everything looked the same, and it's just amazing when those practice reps go into the game, and just the way that those guys work. Like, I have so much appreciation for them, and giving us those great looks on special teams.
Kenny, did you have a good look at Blue's one-handed over the grab touchdown? Just what was your reaction to that in real time?
Honestly, I wasn't really shocked. Blue makes plays. We all make plays. I've seen Blue make that catch before. You know what I mean? I've seen Blue make crazier catches than that. I've seen Pop make crazier catches. I've seen everybody make crazier catches. So when I seen it, it was like, okay, like we're in a game, so it's more pumped up. But that's the expectation. That's our standard for the room is balls in the air, go make the play, and that's what he did, and he's a great player. So he's going to keep making those plays.
In your freshman year, you kind of broke out with a kickoff return touchdown. How much more confident as a kick returner are you now?
Way more. Just being able to see stuff, being able to set things up, hitting it the way that I'm supposed to. I do got to finish that return. I got to finish it. But everything was there. The guys in front, the front line, the middle row, even the back end. Like those, I know I get all the glory for the kick returns, but it's those guys. If you really look, like, I mean, I had, 1-2 guys to beat. Everybody else got blocked up tremendously. So it's just big shout out to those guys.
What has good pronouncement kind of changed on special teams that's allowed you guys to maybe use it better offense or whatever, just you playmakers like you and Des get some traction back there?
I think all that's, like I said, starts at practice. He sets us up and he prepares us really well. Like there's the time I've been with Coach Bro, there's never been anything in the game that I didn't see already, or that we didn't rep already, or that he didn't tell me about or warn me about already. He's so on point. Like, even if I didn't watch any film, he would catch me up on everything and let me know what I need to do. He's a really smart guy. He's got great energy, and I think also that's another thing, the energy that he brought to special teams, like really like empowering that third phase of the game and really like just emphasizing it more. Like it's really a big part of our game now. Like all three phases of the game is very important to us now. So.
Kenny, on Monday we asked Coach about just load management with like you and Des doing both special teams and playing major snaps on the offensive side. He said you guys are football players that just want to be on the field. Why do you like special teams so much that you just want to be out there?
For me, it's just I love the ball. And any opportunity that I can get the ball to help my team, I love it. I played offense, defense, and special teams in high school. So this is really the first time I'm really used to like coming out the game. So just being in, Des is well conditioned too. So the load management isn't as bad. It's really just us getting out there and making those plays for the team.
Sean, you were one of the first true freshmen to see the field on Saturday. What was it just that feeling like to get out there and get to see some game action?
I mean, it was crazy just running out of the tunnel at the beginning of the game, seeing how many people was really out there in the stands and just the energy that everybody brought. So it was definitely a crazy experience. It was good.
How much did that day, that moment, kind of live up to what you expected and your expectations on it?
It meant everything to me. That's something I prayed and dreamt about since I was a kid. Just being able to actually go out there and suit up and see the field is a blessing for surely. So it definitely meant a lot. My family came to see me, so it was good.
How do you think you did in your opening performance?
I feel like I did decent. I did decent. It's a lot that we got to work on, a lot that I got to work on. So just taking it day by day, seeing it week after week.
Sean, what's it say about the kind of camp you put forth just to earn the coach's trust to be one of the true freshmen to get out there and get some meaningful reps?
I feel like it means a lot. Just knowing that they trust me enough to go out there and not fall off, just being able to do what the starters were doing, being able to see up to their praise. So it means a lot for me and to the coaches.
Now, you went back into the film room. Just what were some things that stuck out as far as things you're going to try to work on moving forward, and what else? What were you happy about with those snaps?
Something I got to work on definitely is just tackling. A lot of guys are bigger now. The game's faster, so I definitely got to be able to tackle. And playing the corner position, I got to be able to cover. So those are two things I definitely focus on in the film room. And some things I did good at, just being game ready. I feel like when they put me out there, I wasn't surprised. I wasn't nervous. I was just ready to compete and play ball for my team.
Was it just like the experience of the scrimmage, or was it like a totally different,
It was totally different. Just being out there with a full stadium and everything's faster, it might not go how you expect. So just being able to stay on your feet and adjust whenever you need to, that's the biggest difference from a scrimmage.
You mentioned tackling, and this will be really important this week. What's it like
Yeah.
being a DB preparing for a team that's going to run the ball as much as Central Michigan?
It means just as much as anybody else on the team, because when the ball comes out there to the edge, you got to set the edge or you got to be able to tackle just to see another down, or if you got to get off the field as a defense. So tackling is definitely a big part of the game, especially for this week.
Central Michigan is a run-heavy team, but how do you stay with your assignments in case they do pop a pass on you guys?
Just not falling for all the little stuff. They're going to run the ball so much, they'll probably hope to catch us sleeping on the outsides at the corner position, just knowing our keys and being disciplined with what we got to do, and then the rest will play out.
There was like a senior in high school in Harrisburg or someplace right now who's like, hey, Sean, what's that thing about college football that like they don't tell you, or that was a big surprise? What would you tell them?
Just for somebody in high school about college football, just your free time. We got a lot of free time, but at the same time, we got a busy schedule. So just making sure that you able to manage your time, that you could do the right things, and just keeping your head on straight. Those are the biggest things I would tell them.
Do you think being here, getting in January, going through spring, that helped you kind of adjust to like what the schedule's like, what the time constraints are like?
I definitely felt it helped being fresh out of high school, just coming up here in January a little early, hopping right into the winter workouts, just the early schedules, early practices. I had school around that time, so definitely it was a good adjustment.
What was it like going into the season? It's much different from spring ball, right? Like there's a bigger impact in football, I guess, during the regular season.
Just the time that we put in as a team, as a defense, offense, the whole team in general. We spent so much time here just going over film and going over plays that this is our time. This is what we got to do. So it's definitely a big thing.
So you're trying to take in a lot and learn a lot. But when you have three guys, older guys, Rashad and Tamon and Sharian, that you're kind of learning from, what can you take from each of those guys that you could apply to your game?
It's something I learn from them guys every day. Like I said, they're very vocal with us. They're leaders on the team. So sometimes if they're not telling me too much, just watching them, see how they go about it. I know that they rehab very well. They watch a lot of film. And they're just great football players. They have great football IQ. So just trying to look up to them guys and see what they're doing, trying to follow in their steps and see where I'm comfortable and how I could do it to my own twist. It's the biggest thing.